Hello everyone, it's me Louie here, and the internet is a massive place, home to tons of communities. No matter where you go on the internet, there's a community that you could fit in. Whether it's something as big as the anime community or something a little bit more niche like the Uma Musume community, there is one subsection of the internet, one group of people, which I am 100% positive that scientists has to do research on for how strange and confusing they are, and the ability that they hold, and that is being the e-girls. The e-girls have a crazy ability to straight up slurp money out of very desperate men. Straight up put in a straw in their wallet and just drink it out all of their fundings like it's absolutely nothing. Then they run their audience dry with their donations and whatever tactic they're doing to make money these days. E-girls have the ability to make money so fast, I think we should change them to economy girls. Because I know they are jump-starting the economy for just how much money they make. But sadly, tragedy has struck in the e-girls community. I have no clue what has been happening, as I think every single community that exists will go through some drama. It doesn't matter how safe or how clean you think the community is, something bad is going to happen to it, and this is another one that brings it. Now usually when people think about e-girls, they're already just thinking about like their audience of like, oh, tier 3 subs and loser men watching it, and when you think about the actual girls, you probably think about some JPEG insult, or maybe you're like, you know, they're just businesswomen making money off people. But one thing that a lot of people see e-girls in most communities like this, they see them as super nice, because that's usually what they show themselves for. Most e-girls are usually supporting each other, retweeting each other a lot. It looks like they support each other, you know, scratching each other's back and helping everyone grows together. Well, it seems like for some e-girls, that was absolutely an act, and they clearly do not care about anyone, because a bunch of DMs from a group chat filled with a lot of e-girls, some extremely popular, some mid-tier ones. A lot of these e-girls in these group chats, they were bringing numbers. Their group chat ended up getting leaked, and it's absolutely terrible. They ended up saying some mean and outrageous things to people. Some of them are so bad that I don't even know if I can show most of them. Some of them are just filled to the brim with slurs. Literally a League of Legends or like the average Valorant lobby. It makes them look like easy mode for how bad they get, but it's extremely bad. The whole existence of this group chat seems to just be to bully and attack other e-girls, which are just absolutely insane to me. Now, I'm gonna show you some of the more tamer ones, some of the one that I think YouTube would send me to the shadow realm for showing. One of them right here is where it shows a picture of a girl and the reply saying ew monster, which that has to be like some middle school bullying. That's literally what I think. And then this one right here, one that ended up making the rounds on Twitter, ended up being this whole conversation where one girl ended up posting that she ended up trying to force log out herself before she graduated, and then she ended up talking about how she didn't and now she has a bachelor's degree. And the comment that one of the e-girls said is petition to get her to try again, and it constantly getting worse and worse. They also have a lot of fat shaming. So much of these posts are just them calling other e-girls fat, ugly, monsters, like how dare you even show your face. It's really bad. Now, when this ended up getting revealed, the most obvious reaction happens and they ended up getting a lot of backlash. A lot of people ended up telling them about it, throwing tomatoes at them, and they do what most content creators do when they get revealed to be a bad person. They go in absolute damage control mode. They go back on their Twitter and try to delete every single comment of all time, but you have to know that you can't do that. Most people have already saved the tweets, and the Twitter user that ended up tweeting this whole drama ended up getting tons of views. So a lot of people know about this situation, so no matter how much you can run away and hide, you're definitely going to be found. And if you're wondering how most of these e-girls are doing, it's not great. Most of them has deleted their account, deactivated their account, or put it on mute and completely silenced in messages. But after this whole thing ended up being released, they ended up making themselves even worse, because they ended up going on Discord and talking about saying like, why are people bullying us for the fat shaming? And one of them said the most amazing thing, just don't eat and go to the gym. And also one of them were flexing and bragging about how their community is filled to the brim with fat shamers and how that's amazing and good. But also one of them did a different thing and ended up writing an apology. An apology that was so bad and so generic, some people were saying that ChatGPT ended up writing an apology. This is something that I realized, that as the more time as internet drama and content creator coming, apologies has 100% changed. Like back in the day, I think we all know how the typical apology used to go. You make a video like this, probably have a dog or a cat next to you, and you start the video by going like do the side like that, and then you say the most typical sorry things. Now the new meta, the new apology meta is just go on TwitLonger, a website that I didn't even know exists a couple of years ago, and just type the most generic things of all time. You can probably guess 100% some of the things the girl said. She'll use all the typical excuse like, I was young and dumb, and now I learned my way and I have completely changed. This is typical thing. And then she had to make another new apology, which doesn't do anything, because if people already doesn't like your first one, there's like no chance of you randomly gonna make a second one, and then you're like, this time, this is the one that people are gonna like. So that hasn't gone good, but I don't think her future is very bright. But the power of Sims could just become, and they may just forgive her, but I don't really see that happening. Most of the other e-girls ended up deleting or deactivating her account. She's most likely going to do it next. It is an absolute wild situation, and just something I want to talk about. But before I leave, I think I need to say something that I feel like more people need to remember. You don't know content creators. This is something that more people need to get down. You don't know these people, and a lot of these content creators could be faking. Now, yes, some of them could be genuine, but there's a very high probability where your famous content creator could be a bad and absolutely terrible person. On camera, they can come off and be acting like super duper nice, but the second the camera goes off, they go on Valorant and try to say every single slur that comes to their mind the second they die. So I think that's something that more people need to remember. Anyway, this is just something that I want to talk about. My name is Will. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, do the YouTube thing. I also have a Tory Lucha Stars. Don't forget to follow it. You have a good day or night. See ya.